Hi, it's Mr. C here, and I've got my WITS bracelet on and my WITS badge. Remember, WITS stands for Walk Away, Ignore, Talk It Out, and Seek Help. Today we're going to do this story here called Hen Lake. Take a good look at the front cover. Based on what you see on the cover, what do you think this story might be about? Why are the hens dressed this way? How is Hen Lake similar to another famous ballet? Might have to ask Mom or Dad that one. Think Swan. What do we know about ballets? All right, let's read this story, and then after we're finished, I'm going to have some questions to ask you at the end of the story as well. All right, pause the video where you need to in order to answer the questions, and rewind, go back, that sort of thing. All right, let's do the story of Hen Lake. Hen Lake by Mary Jane Ausch. Poulet was an unusual hen. She didn't enjoy doing the same things as the other hens in the barnyard. She didn't scratch for bugs or take dust baths. She never even tried to lay an egg. Poulet could think of nothing but her dream to become a ballerina. So she spent almost every hour of every day dancing. One day Poulet was practicing her pirouettes when her friend Philomena flapped over. "Follow me," she said. "You have to see the strange new bird the farmer just brought home with him." "A new hen?" squawked Poulet. "Is he replacing one of us?" "No, it's not a hen. It's I don't know what it is." All the hens rushed into the barnyard. "You're right," whispered Poulet. "It's definitely not a hen." "Look at that scrawny neck," said Zelda. "Maybe it's a goose." The bird turned suddenly. "I am neither hen nor goose. My name is Percival, and I—" There was a rustle of feathers, and right before their eyes, Percival did an amazing thing. "I am a peacock, the most glorious bird in the universe." "Wow," clucked Gertrude. "Get a load of those tail feathers." Percival strutted around the barnyard so all the hens, ducks, geese, and pigeons could admire him. Poulet cleared her throat. "Welcome to our farm, Percival. I hope you'll be happy here." "I doubt it," said Percival. "It's rather ordinary compared to my last home." With that, he spread his wings and flew up to perch in a nearby tree. Poulet watched him for a moment, then went back to her practicing. "What on earth are you doing?" asked Percival. "Dancing. If someone asks me to star in a ballet, I want to be ready." Percival laughed. "You call that dancing? I'm much more graceful than you are. I could star in a ballet if I wanted to." "If you're so wonderful, come down here and show me," Poulet said. "I don't feel like it," said Percival. "Maybe later." And he flew off. That afternoon, some pigeons were singing for Poulet. "I just love your music," Poulet said to them. "You call that music?" squawked Percival. "Those pigeons are just making noise. But I have a magnificent voice." "If you're so terrific, let's hear you sing," demanded Poulet. "I'm not in the mood," said Percival. "Maybe another time." The next day Poulet was dancing in the garden while the other hens were busy scratching for bugs. Percival swooped down and perched on the scarecrow. "If I wanted to scratch for bugs, which of course I don't, I could scratch more bugs than all of you put together." "Oh, for heaven's sake," said Poulet, "is there anything you don't do better than everyone else?" "Of course," said Percival. "I'm not good at being ordinary like you hens." "That does it," said Poulet. "I'm sick and tired of listening to you brag. I challenge you to a talent contest on the night of the next full moon. Would you rather sing or dance?" "Or catch bugs," offered Philomena. "I'll sing and dance at the same time," said Percival. "I don't do bugs." Philomena sighed. Percival was right. We hens are ordinary, except for you, Poulet. You are not ordinary, said Poulet. You could all be dancers. She looked at her friends. Why didn't I think of this before? I don't have to wait for someone to make me a star. I'll create a new ballet for the contest, and you'll all be in it. I've always wanted to dance with the corps de ballet. Nonsense, Claudine snapped up a beetle. We have work to do. Besides, added Gertrude, we don't know how to dance. I'll teach you, said Poulet. We'll call the ballet Hen Lake. You can be the hen maidens, and I'll be the hen queen. The hens protested, but Poulet finally convinced them to start lessons that very afternoon. As the days went by, Poulet was a patient teacher. One more time, and one, and two, and oops, watch where you're going, Philomena. That's good, Gertrude. Now try to point your toes. Percival's laughter interrupted them. Dancing chickens, he screeched. What a hoot. Just ignore him, said Poulet. We were perfectly happy being ordinary hens, squawked Claudine. Now you have made us laughing fools of ourselves. Keep practicing, said Poulet. You are getting better every day. And Poulet was right. Although the hens still couldn't manage leaps and spins, they were doing their very best. We need music, said Poulet, so she called in the pigeons. We can't sing, they protested. Percival said we make noise, not music. Don't pay any attention to that pompous peacock, said Poulet. Your singing sounds wonderful to me. After that, the birds sang for every rehearsal, but it didn't help much. When Gertrude zigged, Zelda zagged, and they were getting cranky. My feet hurt, grumbled Gertrude. Oh, go lay an egg, squawked Zelda. Lay one for me, said Philomena. I'm pooped. We need costumes, Poulet announced one day. She cut tutus from some curtains she found in the trash. All the hens helped, but Poulet stitched alone into the night using glittery fish scales for sequins. She barely finished in time. You're lovely, she said, as the hens tried on their tutus. Really? asked Zelda. I don't feel lovely. On the night of the full moon, there was a buzz of excitement as the audience gathered. Percival was the first to perform. He strutted slowly across the stage, stopping to pose every few feet, while singing an aria from an opera. He's not really dancing, whispered Poulet. He's just showing off. We can do better than that, said Zelda. But then Percival started turning, slowly at first, gradually spinning faster and faster, and for his finale, Percival leapt through the air while hitting a high note. He landed on one foot and fanned out his glorious tail. The audience rose to its feet. Bravo! Shouted a goose. Percival will be the winner. He's magnificent. Poulet was helping the hen maidens with their last-minute makeup touches when Percival came off stage. Interesting costumes, he said, smirking. Do I smell fish? Claudine yanked at her tutu. We can't leap and spin like Percival. We're going to look like idiots. If you believe in yourself, you can do anything, said Poulet. She signaled for the pigeons to begin the overture. That's your cue, she said, pushing the hen maidens onto the stage. Break a drumstick. The hen maidens bourried into the moonlit barnyard. They were halfway through their first number when a dark cloud slid over the face of the moon. Lightning split the darkness. Poulet saw her dream of Hen Lake crashing with the thunder that rumbled overhead. And when she thought things couldn't get any worse, the sky opened up and they were pelted with hail. Run for cover, she shouted. Just then a gust of wind lifted the hen maidens into a series of grand jetés. Gertrude even had her toes pointed. A small whirlwind caught Zelda and set her spinning like a top. She did 16 fouettes without missing a beat. As suddenly as the storm had begun, the black cloud let go of the moon and moved on. The pigeons started the music for the hen queen's solo, and Poulet stepped onto the glittering stage. As she danced, she felt her heart would burst with joy. When she finished, the audience roared. Poulet called the hen maidens to take a bow. "They're cheering for you, Poulet," said Zelda. "We weren't really dancing. The storm just blew us around." "Remember how it felt?" said Poulet. "You can do it again. Try it." Zelda attempted a wobbly turn. "It's no use. I'm a klutz." "Use your imagination," said Poulet. "Feel the wind rushing through your wing feathers. Believe in yourself." Zelda closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and did 32 fouettes. "I did it," she squawked. "I really did it." Soon all the hens were spinning and leaping, and the audience went wild. When the crowd shouted "Encore!" Percival started sneaking away. "Look, Percival is leaving," said Claudine. "He got what he deserved. He sure looks pathetic." "I'll perk up his feathers," said Poulet. "We can afford to be kind." She turned to the audience. "For our last number, Percival will join us." The peacock brightened immediately, and he rushed on stage. "Just follow my lead," he said. "I'll make you hens look good." "We already look good, Percival," said Zelda. "You follow our lead." During the final curtain call, Philomena whispered, "Percival isn't any more special than we are, is he?" "Of course not," said Poulet. "An ordinary hen can be anything she wants to be, but under all those fancy feathers, a peacock is just a long-necked chicken." Okay, that's the end of Hen Lake, but I have some questions to ask you now. Stop the video if you need to be able to answer the questions, and at the end I might give you some answers and suggestions. So first question is, why were the hens frustrated with Percival? Why do you think Percival bragged about himself to the hens? What would you do if someone bragged about himself or themselves, or if they teased you? How did the hens talk it out to work through their feelings? How did Percival and the hens end up working together? Who won in the end of the contest? If you can, see if you can Google the ballet Swan Lake and listen to some of the music. Here's some of the answers to those questions I asked. So why were the hens frustrated with Percival? Maybe it was because he bragged about how much better he was. Do you know someone like that? Why do you think Percival bragged about himself to the hens? Well, maybe he felt uncomfortable in a new setting. He may have wanted to just be liked. Some people do that when they just want to make friends and be liked. What would you do if someone bragged about themselves or teased you? Well, don't have an answer for that one. That's got to be your own answer. How did the hens talk it out to work through their feelings? Well, Poulet showed them how to discover new things about themselves. How did Percival and the hens work together? They put on the show together at the end. And who won the contest in the end? I think the answer really is they all did. All right, thanks for joining me for WITS and for listening to the story, Hen Lake.